Hello viewers and subscribers, I'm Tosin, Togun, your counseling psychologist, and I want to welcome you to another edition of our show. And I want to say thank you for always joining us on love, parenting, and mental health with Tosin Togun. Okay, today by the grace of God, I'm going to continue on how you can make your 2023 productive. Like I started in the last video, I talked about how you can actually know your mental health status, and I'm so glad about the feedback that I've been getting on that. Okay, so today I'm going to be looking or talking on mental health challenges or breakdown, or better still, how to overcome mental health challenges. Okay, so obviously you can't definitely know how to prevent mental health challenges until you know the causes, okay, of mental health challenges. What are the causes? What causes mental health challenges? And when you know this, then it becomes very easier for you to know how you can effectively manage them. So number one I want to talk about is problematic family background. For teens and young adults who come from a very problematic family background, that is a family where you see your parents fight on a daily basis, or where you've witnessed domestic violence, verbal abuse on yourselves, your siblings, or probably your parents actually abuse themselves, probably verbally or physically, whichever way. Abuse is abuse. Okay, so probably growing up you witness such, or probably you actually grown up in an environment where you were never appreciated, where words were used on you negatively, or you could be exposed, or you could be victim of mental health challenges. Probably you grew up in a family where you are not supported economically, and that exposed you to a number of vices that could also stress you up, upstairs, and make you have a kind of mental health challenges that should be worked on. All right, so also physical health challenges also could predict mental health challenges. So, stressful life events, stressful life events like losing your job, like losing a close family friends or a loved ones, or probably economic struggle generally, could actually be frustrating, or probably social pressure like you felt that you are not actually living up to your social responsibility. That could also stress you up and make you and predispose you to mental health challenges. Another one is unfavorable working condition. Okay, that is very common in this part of the country, where employers use you as if you are nobody, and they pay you peanuts. That could be very frustrating, for so many persons who are not prepared, for such a hard time. All right, and neglect or rejection. Yes, is another one. Neglect or rejection. Probably you grow up in an environment where you consistently witness rejection, or probably you are jilted at one point or the other. You are rejected, or you become hers in the life of somebody that you wish you are relevant for the rest of your life. Okay, all of this could actually predispose one to mental health challenges. Then academic stress. Academic stress is another thing, is another factor. Academic failure, unfavorable study condition, or unfavorably workload. All of this could predispose one to mental health challenges. Of course, traumatic childhood. Yes, traumatic childhood. Probably when you were growing up, you were exposed to some stress around your growing up. Probably you were raped, or you were exposed to child sexual assault or anyone, or probably you were exposed to a number of abuse, probably physically or verbally, or emotional abuse, or any form of abuse. All of this could actually be very traumatic for you, as an adult now. Okay, so they have to be resolved. Okay, there's something we refer to as unresolved childhood hurts. When you are growing up with an unresolved childhood hurts, there's a way it consistently mess up your mental health. So that hurt has to be resolved. Whatever it is, it has to be what resolved. Some of us are angry with our parents. Some of us are angry with some of our siblings, because of probably an injury that they caused to us while growing up. So for us to be mentally stable, all of this has to be dealt with. You have to see a counseling psychologist that you could trust to work hand in hand with you. All right, so moving very close, having said all of that, have you come to the point where you know the causes of mental health challenges? Let's now move a bit further to see how you could control, or how you could prevent or control mental health challenges. Okay, so I'll be right back.
Are you searching for professional counseling services appealing and available to individuals, schools, families, communities, corporate and religious organizations at an affordable rate? Look no further. Show Up Counseling Clinic is a registered counseling firm and a recognized member of the Counseling Association of Nigeria. Show Up Counseling Clinic offers services in the following categories: toddler and preschool development counseling, preteens and teens counseling, premarital counseling, marital counseling, parenting, rehabilitation and remedial counseling, corporate counseling. Other services include book sales, library services and training. We also offer home services for children and the aged. Likewise, we treat addiction and offer therapy for mental well-being. Show Up Counseling Clinic is located at 99 Idito Bus Stop, adjacent Oluyolu Shasha O, Puli Road, Ibadan. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Show Up Counseling Clinic. For inquiry, visit our website www.shcounselingclinic.org.ng or call 0803 537 6009 or 0806 847 5755. Show Up Counseling Clinic, living people better than we met them.
Welcome back. That was a beautiful short break. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel and patronize us at Show Up Counseling Clinic. Okay, so how do you prevent mental health challenges? Number one, self-awareness. You have to come to the point where you know if your mind is fine, if you are fine, or if you are not, okay? And you have to consistently ask yourself a sincere question, or some sincere questions, such as, Tosin, how are you doing? Okay, you could as well ask yourself, call out your name and say, oh, Tosin, for instance, how are you doing? How are you doing psychologically, emotionally? How are you doing, financially, maritally, parentally? How are you doing? How are you doing in your career? How are you doing? Is your mind okay? Are you fine? You have to sincerely ask yourself these questions. Some persons might not ask you, but you can ask yourself, take up a responsibility to check on yourself. We are good at checking at others. We are very good at checking on others, but a number of us really check on ourselves. So one of the ways to check on yourself is to ask yourself, how are you doing? Okay, thank you. Thank God somebody got that. Okay, so haven't asked yourself how are you doing. The next question you should ask yourself, in case you get answers like I'm not fine. So you have to ask yourself, why are you not fine? What is stressing you? What is the problem? When you are able to actually get to the point where you could lay your hand on the major thing that is actually causing you stress, you've come to the point of solving that problem up to 50%. Yes, the rest is just walk over, putting some principle into place, and you are fine. All right, so you should be able to know what are your stressors, then what are the things that trigger up your state of mind. What are those things that trigger you, that consistently bring you back to that state of to that state of mind where you feel you're not okay. All right, so having gone through that, then number 2 is to actually have a focused positive thinking on how to solve your problems, okay, on how to deal with your stressors, on how to go about those things that are not making you to be at your best. Number 3 is for you to take a whole lot of water. Yes, water. Sometimes a number of us do forget to do that, because we just feel, oh, I'm not thirsty and I don't need to take water. Either you are thirsty or you are not. You should be very deliberate about taking water. When you do that, there is a way it prevents your brain from dehydration. When you do that consistently, it helps prevent you from having a disorder or a medical condition known as brain dehydration. Okay, brain dehydration could predispose one to a state of confusion. You have what is called confusion and all. So it's very, very important, to put your mind at the point where is at rest and is not confused. You need a whole lot of water. Also, next to that is that you have to be deliberate about rest. Some of us don't rest. You don't have to get to the point where you are overwhelmed before you rest. Learn to take a break, learn to take break, learn to have nap, learn to just take a break, rest. You might not sleep, but you might need to just lie down for a few minutes and actually put yourself together before you also continue your day. In between the day, you can actually take a break. It's good, and it's actually rejuvenate you. All right, so that is very, very important to your productivity as a person. Okay, and of course another one is kind of funny, but it's something that we can work with. Yes, and that is feel good about yourself. It's important you feel good about yourself. Deliberately invest into yourself. Deliberately invest into your look. When we look very good, there is a way it makes us balance emotionally. There is a way it helps us to actually be at rest. There is a way it helps us adjusting socially. And that's why it's important that you are deliberate about how you feel, how you look. Your look is important to how you feel sometimes. So for you to always promote this this feel good feeling about yourself, it's also important you eat a lot of fruit. Not just fruit, but fruit that supports the release of feel good hormones, such as bananas, pineapple. And you could also be deliberate about eating food that promotes the release of these hormones, like beans, egg, and other source that you could also lay your hand on. Okay, so when you do all of this, there's a way it help you, to be able to help yourself recover from mental health challenges. And another one I want to talk about is engage in positive distraction. That's very, very important. When you feel overwhelmed, when you feel that your mind is not coordinated, take a break. You could take to positive distraction like dancing, like taking a walk, like doing some little sports, like learning new skills, like also going all the way to learn different ways of doing the same thing. Yes, all of this promotes feel good hormones, and that way you are better, you are stable psychologically, emotionally, and it is part of your mental health positively. Okay, stay connected to people, stay connected, avoid social pressure, avoid social media addiction, avoid phone addiction. These are the high predicting factor to mental health breakdown. Get connected to real people. Be conscious of your environment. Check on yourself. Check on people that you believe love you and that you also love. Have a physical contact with people, not just social media contact. Okay, and lastly, leverage on social support from friends and family and neighbors. And of course, you might also need to seek help, professionally, when you feel that you are just too overwhelmed to handle yourself. Yes, you might need professional help. And of course, you can't overrate the part of God. You can't overemphasize the part of prayer. So it's good that you pray, pray. Just learn to cast your burden on God. There's a way it just take care of her and make it light, and you are fine. And lastly, as we are approaching the festive period, I want to encourage you to only do the needful. You don't need to go out of your way to please many people that don't even think about you. Okay, so it's important that you do those things that are just needful. Don't go on borrowing, to please a friend or somebody who would not even care that you exist somewhere. So I want to say to you that, just enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Stay connected with people. I tell you, it works. All right, bye for now. I'm Tosin Togun. Don't forget to keep subscribing to this channel, and also stay connected and share our videos. See you next time.